I'm often asked, are carbs bad for you? No. If you're a landscaper and you're burning 5,000 calories a day, carbs are a necessary part of what you're doing. But for the rest of us that are flying a desk, no, we do not need that level of carbohydrates because they're really just stored energy. We do not need the energy because we're not burning it. But your body will never give away that energy. It's always going to try to store it. It's just the way we are made because we're going to store energy for a time when there may not be so much energy. Unfortunately, we don't really end up with times without a lot of energy. We eat whatever we want, whenever we want. So making a decision about what you eat becomes very important. You can eat carbs if you're burning them. Most of us are not. So we want to stick to protein and fat. Those are the things that we need to build our body from. Those are the things that we need to supply energy in a more efficient manner than carbohydrates. I think another thing people really need to understand is what happens with these carbohydrates. If you're ingesting excess carbohydrates, your body is going to repackage that into a fat and send it somewhere to be stored. When it repackages those carbohydrates, it becomes an LDL cholesterol. That's the bad cholesterol. So if you're wondering where your LDL comes from, it's actually coming mostly from carbohydrates. There's genetic factors that are associated with this, but when you eat a high carbohydrate meal, the body is going to move to store those excess calories. It will turn that into an LDL cholesterol, which then circulates in your bloodstream to be placed somewhere. While it's circulating, that's when it has the opportunity to move into your blood vessel walls and create plaque and give you situations like heart disease, or which can lead to stroke or heart attacks. So you want to make sure that your carbohydrate ingestion is very limited. You need to match that really to your energy expenditure. About 60% of your diet should actually be fat, another 30% protein, and 10% should be carbohydrates. The average American diet is actually 70% carbohydrates, and look at the average American. I think another myth that people really need to understand is juice. In general, juice is very bad for you. Fruit is good. It comes with fructose that we see in a lot of juices, but it also comes with the pulp and all the things that slow down the absorption. So fruit is one thing, but fruit juice is a completely different thing with nothing to interfere with its absorption. So you get these high inputs of fructose, which can only be stored as fat. Fructose is not burned like a sugar, like glucose is. So fructose will always be stored as a fat, which you can go back later and access as calories if you're calorie deficient. But most of us don't ever end up calorie deficient. So most of the fructose you're consuming is ending up being placed as fat. Another common myth is with juice cleanses. Now, a juice cleanse is going to provide a certain number of calories available for you if you're not eating anything else. But there are much better ways to get to this. We know that starvation without any calories at all is very good for the human body. It allows us to burn through toxins. It allows us to burn through excess sugars. It allows us to access our fat compartment and break that down. So fasting is an excellent idea. Adding juice to it, I think, is a bad idea.